Right now we do have a rear-wheel drive version of the Cadillac Lyriq, although it's produced in very, very limited numbers by General Motors, much to nobody's surprise. However, there's now a new version. It's an all-wheel drive version, and we have the EPA range. It actually sounds like a pretty decent vehicle, I have to say. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. My name's Sam Evans, and I'm the Electric Viking. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. So now we have two versions, a rear-wheel drive version and an all-wheel drive version. Now, firstly, I just have to say this. There are forums of people cancelling their orders for the Cadillac Lyriq and doing what they did in China, buying in many cases, the Model Y instead, in some cases, the Mach-E instead, more the Model Y though. Why are they doing that? Well, because they're sick of waiting. And General Motors is not sending them emails saying, hey guys, sorry to make you wait for 9 months. Your car will be ready in 4 months from today. You could accept that, right? I mean, that'd suck, but you could go, okay, all right, fair enough. I'm willing to wait for 13 months for this car because I really love the Cadillac Lyriq. Looks cool. It's a GM car. It's an electric car. I love General Motors. I love EVs. Perfect combination. This is my kind of car. There's a lot of people that think that, right? But these people are getting a bit annoyed because GM are not making many Lyriqs. So their orders are being pushed back and they're not getting really communicated with by GM. Hopefully, this new version is able to, hopefully it means that GM are heading in the direction of increasing production. The all-wheel drive version of the 2023 Lyriq recently appeared on the EPA's rating and efficiency rating list, joining the rear-wheel drive version. Now, interestingly, you can't even buy this model yet, but for some reason it's on the EPA list, so I imagine you'll be able to soon. The 2023 Cadillac Lyriq all-wheel drive has an EPA combined range of 307 miles. That's 494 kilometers. That's a pretty decent result, although it is a very big battery pack. And it's only 5 miles lower than the initial rear-wheel drive version from 2023. So maybe they've improved the efficiency to get this number, I'm not sure. Energy consumption, including charging losses, is 89 mpge, which is sort of a weird way of measuring it. But it uses 235 watts per kilometer or 379 watt hours per mile. That's pretty much identical to the previous rear-wheel drive rating. So somehow Cadillac General Motors have come in and added an extra motor and been able to maintain efficiency. I'm wondering if they've improved the efficiency of the current vehicle. It's very possible. So according to Cadillac or General Motors, the Cadillac Lyriq will have an EPA range of 308 miles in the rear-wheel drive version and 307 miles in the all-wheel drive version. So only a 1 mile penalty for going all-wheel drive. You might as well go all-wheel drive. Well, I mean, if you're interested in that, generally you would go with the rear-wheel drive because you're going to get more range for a similar price. But it seems in this instance, there's no range penalty at all. But what all of this means is that the rear-wheel drive range will be 4 miles lower than the 2023 version in 2024. And the all-wheel drive range will be the same as what was previously advertised for 2023. So how big is the battery pack that's going to give you this around about 300 miles of range? Well, actually it's massive. It's a 102 kilowatt hour usable sized battery. That's enormous. And it uses Ultium battery cells. They are NCMA chemistry, lithium batteries. They obviously have nickel, cobalt, manganese, and aluminium in those batteries. And just for some context, the battery is smaller in the Model S. And, well, we know what range the Model S gets. It's quite a bit more than this. I am confused. I mean, that said, we should actually consider the size of the Cadillac Lyriq. It's not a small car. I mean, the Lyriq is 197 inches long. That's pretty long, 78 inches wide and 64 inches tall. It's 10 inches longer than a Tesla Model Y, 2 inches wider, and exactly the same height. So yeah, it's a pretty big vehicle. And when you consider the fact that it's that large, then I guess that efficiency isn't actually that bad. What's the price for the Lyriq? It's actually reasonably well priced. The starting price is $57,200 for the rear-wheel drive. The price for the all-wheel drive is $60,700. So you're only paying $2,500 more to get the all-wheel drive version, and it's got the same range. It's really a no-brainer in my opinion. Makes total sense. The thing is here though, It's more affordable than it sounds because both of these models qualify for the IRA's tax credit of $7,500 US, which means that the rear-wheel drive version is actually coming in at only $49,600 US. $49,600 US for a car this big. Guess what that means? It's on par with gasoline-powered vehicles that are a similar size and, not just size, but specification. The Cadillac Lyriq is a fairly luxurious car. It's a modern-looking car. Some of GM and some other manufacturers in other countries as well, some of their cars that look very dated and very old school. But if they bring out a new car like this that has this kind of new modern design, modern interior, modern dashboard, they're going to price it probably higher than this, I reckon. And if you look at the market right now, the Lyriq is actually really well priced. If you just include that $7,500 incentive, which most people will qualify for, this becomes a really, really compelling deal, which I think people should absolutely consider if they're willing to wait a long time. I don't know how long you'll wait. Hopefully not too long. Now, am I exaggerating here on GM not making many Lyriqs? Well, no, not at all. In fact, if anything, I'm probably giving them a little bit of breathing room when they shouldn't be given any for their abysmal delivery figures. First quarter of this year, 2023, first 3 months of the year, they delivered 968 units. What's that? 320 per month. So less than 100 per week. Yeah, that's pretty rubbish. This is a brand new car. They've got tens of thousands of reservations for this thing, and no one's getting their cars. Personally, I would actually really consider this car if I knew I could get delivery within, say, 6 months. I think it's really good value for $49,000 US. If you want a bigger car, something this size, it's actually a bit of a bargain. Let me know if you agree or you disagree in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.